Thank you for buying my new devotional, Jesus is Better. I wrote this to help serve the parents and grandparents and youth leaders of teenagers, those who have them, those who serve them and try and lead them and help them think critically about their lives. It's a 20-day devotional that leads teenagers through what I think is the greatest struggle that they have. It's not the fact that they're being argued out of the church or that there's some atheist professor convincing them that God doesn't exist. What I've seen happen and what happens most of the time is they're drawn away from God and they're pulled out of the church by their desires. They chase after a different story, one that they may perceive to be better or more true. They surround themselves with people who have different sets of desires than those that maybe they were raised with. And so they're pulled away from what we would consider to be a good Christian moral life. And so instead of writing another book, because there's so many wonderful books of apologetics, making the defense of the faith, explaining how we can trust the Bible and know God exists and all those great things, instead of having another one of those, I wanted to write a devotional that spoke really precisely to the heart of a teenager and the things that they feel, their emotional center, their desires, and speak to those idols. Because those things that we want, those things that we go after, some of them are even good things, but when we make them God things, we have created an idol in our heart. And so I wanted teenagers and their leaders and grandparents and parents to be able to really understand this is what's happening internally. This is what we actually need to talk about. And this is where the Lord can meet some of these teens that are having a tough time in life, find their way through the reality and the truth of Scripture. So I'm excited to start this. It's a video series to kind of expand and expound a little bit more on the book, on some of these desires. And then I want to give you some really practical tips and habits and liturgies for your family and for your life that can help you connect to these teens that you care about better and help this book do all that I hope it does in the life of your teenager.